Hey guys, this is a Hohner shark fin, model number SE603. This is a vintage instrument that was manufactured for the Sears Wish Book in 1985. I had one of these in my possession momentarily, but only on loan from a friend for maybe 3 or 4 months. I found this on Facebook Marketplace and decided to snatch it up. It's a very rare instrument. The selector switch is broken, amongst other things. And we're not going to do any work to the body today or the electronics. We're simply going to pull the neck off so that we can take some measurements and order some parts. So let's get started pulling the neck backing plate and pulling the neck off. And we'll set all of this stuff aside for later. We're going to reuse as much of the hardware as we can. We're just not going to reuse anything that's damaged and something too cheap to repair. Let's get this strap button off and this back plate for the neck. And watch this when I flip the body over, look inside the neck pocket, and you'll notice a 603G, and that was written in there by Hohner at the factory. And here is the neck and head, and the head is missing 2 of the bushings. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop out the tuners, but I want you to notice this malalignment, see those gaps, and then look at the gap in the back. So the tuners are in crooked, and when I flip it over, I want you to notice the front of the instrument. It will look as if the holes are off center, but the tuner holes are correct. The tuners themselves are not. And originally I was going to make 2 new bushings for this unit using my mini lathe, but now I'm suspicious that they are plastic, and we're not going to reuse any plastic components. So let's pull these buttons off that serve as a string tree, and we'll set those aside. And most of this hardware will be gold plated, but yeah, these look like they're plastic and they feel like plastic. So we're going to pop the tuners out, and then we're going to check and see if we can push these bushings out and take a good look at them. If they're plastic, we're just going to order some new metal bushings. If they're metal, then we'll chuck them up in the lathe and make some new ones. Look at this, these gears. I'm going to try to put some I'm going to try to get some graphite washers to put behind those. That's so that we can tighten the posts up and still not make it too hard to tune the strings. But for now, we're going to pop the tuners out. And I apologize that I didn't shave more of this out, but while you're watching this, how about smashing that like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can be alerted. And here is just a close-up of the engraving. I like the engraving on the plate. But yeah, hit like and subscribe and the notification bell so you can be notified of my new videos as they're posted. Now I'm going to pull the tuners out, and you'll be able to see that we need to do a little work on these, and we'll do that later. For now, we want to make the instrument playable again, and we'll tighten all this stuff up. So what we'll do is we'll put the new bushings in, or whatever bushings we use, and then we'll fill those holes and align the tuners, and then we'll drill new holes. But for now, let's get something and pop these bushings out and go over them and see what they are. Right now they look like they're plastic. So I'm going to get a nut driver and just pop these out. The first 3 basically fell out, and the last one was a little tight. And now you can see they are plastic. so we won't reuse these. So now we need to take a little time and make sure the truss rod adjustment works. So we'll take all this stuff, and for now we'll lay it aside. But I want you to pay attention to the broken nut at the 6th string position and that dent in the number 1 fret, again at the 6th string position, or E string. So that'll definitely have to be replaced. So now let's take a straight edge and see. I apologize that I didn't reposition the camera, but when I first checked this, there was close to a millimeter of forward bow, and then I loosened off the truss rod to make sure that it did function, and it did. And I wanted to check it with no stress on the rod, and when I did have substantial forward bow. It was approximately a millimeter. So I decided that I would snug up the truss rod a little and make sure the truss rod actually functioned, and it did appear to. So once I got it to where it had a little tension on it, I decided to check, and it was functioning, but it's still not straight, so we're going to adjust it a little more just to ensure the truss rod can do its job. Because really right now I'm trying to avoid having to pull this fretboard off of this neck, or to heat it and try to straighten it. So now we're going to go at it one more time, just a little bit more on the truss rod adjustment, and I was able to straighten the neck out. So we go over to StewMac's website. They had some cool vintage bushings. I like this look, but they're $18 plus shipping. I like this on Amazon dome look. I like that a little bit better. These are 18 plus 12 shipping. Amazon's were $10.65 in the gold with free shipping. So I went back and forth before deciding for certain, and I clicked on the gold, and I decided I did like that look, so I chose to go with these off of Amazon for $10.65 with free shipping. And these are the correct size, and there's zinc alloy that is gold plated, which is what I'm looking for. So I went ahead and decided to buy these. Yeah, I X'd out, but yes, I did actually go ahead and buy these. And I also bought 6-piece bone nut blanks, and those were like $11, $10.79 plus free shipping. So I went ahead and ordered those, and then now we have to get some fret wire. So we're going to pop back over to StewMac. We're going to search for fret wire. This fret wire is not jumbo, but it is wide wire. So we're going to click on the wide nickel. We're going to sort by nickel. And again, it is wide fret wire. And the size we need is this 2.54 millimeter wide. And all the other dimensions are correct. This fret will be slightly proud, which means I can micro level. I decided to go ahead and get a 2-foot piece, and I added that to my cart. But then I started thinking, well, what if I end up having to replace all of the frets? So I decided, since I'm paying the shipping anyway, I'm going to go ahead and buy another 2-foot piece and just make sure that I have enough to do the whole instrument if I should need to. And StewMac reminded me I had things in my cart. I went ahead and bought those too, and I will let you guys know when everything arrives.